Here's the deer shooting blind with the metal on it. There's no roof yet. I got to put the roof on it. I've had to use some scrap pieces because I didn't have enough of the green, but you can always paint that. Ain't no big deal. It's gonna look like camouflage out there anyways in the woods. You kind of want different colors anyway. So here's the shooting windows, and they're all as much as I can dried off. My son, this is for my son, and so he wanted to go cheap, and so I didn't make it completely waterproof, just somewhat waterproof. So you're going to get some water, not much, but so I've flashed as much as I can so the water, runs out. And then, I still got to do the windows. I'm working on the windows right now. I'm gonna take you in there in a minute, show you how I cut the slots for the windows. I'll show you the door first. How the door, and this is just trial and error kind of thing. And I actually had this piece of metal right here, which is actually flanged to go on a corner, but I get attached to a brick building. See, it's straight, or this is flanged for the metal, and so it's straight here, which was perfect because in order to waterproof this, so this section is waterproof, what I did is I put an angle inside the door right there. There's another angle behind right here that sticks out to the flashing angle, and so when the water comes in that hole, it hits that flashing angle and just runs down. So that waterproofs the hinge, and you can still open the door like this much to get in. And then I flash the door with J-channel. Let's say J-channel. And this door's actually got 3 different pieces on it because I was using up scrap. But the door's got J-channel on it. And then I took another angle, which is actually part of this piece right here. And then I bent this, flapped this over right here, and smashed it down to make a trim piece right there on the 2x4, which goes all the way up, so that when the door comes over, the J-channel hits the door. So, and then of course he's going to put a lock on it, so that waterproofs that for the most part, and that's that way all the way up. Okay, so now I'm going to take you over here and show you how I'm laying out the windows. He wants a divider on the large parts, but I'm gonna put a divider in there. But it's easier just to make all the pieces at one time straight across rather than have 4 pieces. You got 2 pieces. So this is actually what I've done here. This is a 2x4 treated. It was actually a 2x8, and I cut it down to 1x1.5 inches, so it didn't stick up only an inch. This is your top track, because your top track's got to be higher so that you can push the plexiglass in and then let it drop down into the lower track. So basically these are all my top tracks right now for my windows. And the way that they put it in there, you can see I run the one side, okay, and then I turn it over and I make sure it's exactly the same on the other side. So one setup I can cut both sides. So then I come out with that exactly like that. So you got to set it up to where you can just set it up one time and you just flip your board over. So that takes care of the top tracks. Now the bottom tracks, you don't need much of a groove. So I'm going to use this thinner stuff right here, and I'm going to try to cut tracks into that. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to almost cut all the way down and almost cut through the board. That'll be my bottom tracks. So I'll get back with you and show you how that comes out, and then give you some pictures of what it looks like after it's all tacked in. Oh, and by the way, I made the slots long enough, wide enough. If you notice, they're a little bit wider maybe than the plexiglass is, which is not a big deal. But I made them wide enough where you can get a screw up there and not push out the wood. So I actually made the tracks a little wider, just enough to get a screw head up in there. So when I mount it upside down, I'm not pushing the wood apart. All right, I'll see you, bud. Bye. Okay, here's your windows. Your slots are done. That's the lower slots. I ran them the same way I did the top ones. It's just the top ones are deeper. And these are tacked in with brads. And these up here have got drywall screws in the channels, because I made the channels big enough so the screws would fit through there. So yeah, that's... And then I put tungsten oil on them, which you can never get enough tungsten oil on anything. Keep it preserved, so you can just dump the heck out of it. And actually, every year you could dump some more on there. These things probably last forever. But yeah, that's it right there. So here's what the window looks like. And then the only thing you're going to have is plexiglass. And then if he wants to put dividers in there, then he can add dividers in there. I try to talk him out of it, but if he wants to, all he's got to do is this right here. Just throw a divider in there. Of course, it's not square, but yeah, throw a divider in there, tack it in, and he's done. But I'll probably just leave those in there, and then if he wants to do something with them, he can. But I think you can get by without dividers, and just let your windows overlap right here. Be the same as an overlap right here in the middle, because he wants 4 windows, so he can open up a small hole on each side. So you'd have 4 windows. So the overlap here would be the same as the overlap here, but you still have 4 windows. So you don't really need a divider. And I mean, the window slides, it's not like they're going to move because they're tacked down. So it's just up to you what you want. So the next step is probably to buy glass, or take it over to him like this and he can get the glass. And I've still got to put the roof on, which I need a couple more 2x4s, because I'm going to slant it now. I was going to just go flat, but I've figured out a way to slant it without having holes at the top. So I'll run a video on that here in a bit. And then I've got to make a 6-foot high frame. I'm going to weld a 6-foot high frame that will hold this out of metal, that we can just take the frame out there, get it level, and then put this on top of the frame, and we're done. So okay, I'll give you an update when I get another opportunity. The frame welded up for the deer stand, or the deer killing building. I'm not sure what he's calling it, but yeah, so he wanted it 6 foot high. So those are 6 foot high up there, and it's about 5 foot wide. So it's about a foot on each side of the building that's going to hang over. Should be plenty good. So it's all been welded up. So yeah, it's all good. And then we're going to put this shack on there. Everything's done except for the roof and the windows. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it on there. And then I'll take it back off and finish up the roof. Alright, there it is, up on the rack. And I'm getting ready to put a ladder out. Jump in there. But it's a little rocky right now, just because the middle leg's a little higher than the other two, but it's all going to be leveled out on the ground anyways with blocks. So, but it shouldn't go anywhere. I mean, once you get it secured, certainly you're not going to blow off. So, and you can actually, it's up on 4x4s right now, just to be able to get it out easy. But when it gets done, it'll be, all those will be on the frame, and so you could anchor like right here up to your stud if you wanted to, just to make it a little more secure. if you want to do that, it's up to you. But I just wanted to get it up there and see before we transported it, because we're going to put the shed on a trailer and then the frame on a trailer, and then we're going to haul it out there, and he's going to install it all with a tractor. So all right, well, see if I got time, I'll finish that roof up and I'll give you a shot of that.